is Isabel. I'm in media and sponsorship team. I'm a psychology student, second year, and it's 2 years on the team now.
Hi, my name's Becca and I'm a third year mechanical engineering student at UWE. I'm also head of business this year and this is my 4th year on the team.
My name is Farah. I'm on the aerodynamics sub-team in Formula Student. I'm a first year aerospace student. I've been on the team for 2 years.
Hi, my name is Ivana. I am on the aerodynamics team. I am studying mechanical engineering and I am a first year.
I lead a sub-team in the aero team, mostly focusing on side pods and manufacturing.
Right now, as I'm a first year, I'm learning the whole process as it's going throughout the year, and I'm also helping out with the manufacturing.
My roles are pretty much taking content, video content, picture content of the team members, of the car, anything sponsorship related.
So business itself is quite new to me, but a lot of my modules in third year and studying mechanical engineering has helped me do sort of the business applications of things.
I've always been quite passionate about particularly aerospace engineering since I was young. My stepdad is an engineer, so that kind of helped things. But there's not many female role models in engineering, so maybe I'd like to change that.
Before coming to university, I had always had an interest in sort of how things work together and machines. As for starting Formula Student at UWE, I had a close group of friends in first year, and we decided to join the team together. Had a really nice time sort of meeting new people and sort of learning all about what makes a Formula Student car. But I won't lie, the big factor for a lot of us joining was seeing a car at the first couple months of joining and seeing it go around the track, which was quite nice.
I think I discovered that I really wanted to do engineering when I was in high school, and I found out that the engineering side of motorsports was really interesting, and that a lot of technology comes from the research that is done for the cars to go fast and be more efficient. And I found that that is really interesting to me, and that's what I wanted to do. As it gained more popularity, like with Drive to Survive and all of the media that surrounded, I was like, ooh, also the behind the scenes parts are also really interesting. So that's how I got more into it and to become oh, maybe this is something that I want to do, that I would like to work or be more into the engineering side. I think it was passion for the sport at first, and then for everything that surrounds it.
It was actually my mom. She pushed me to join Formula Student. Coming from the Caribbean, Formula Student is not a thing, especially making cars from scratch. Also through my mom, she has a huge love for motorsport, and that's where I learned Formula One and the drivers and the team members. So yeah, that's why I joined.
The defining moment would have been watching my first Formula One race, definitely. So I had seen the sport in the TV and other categories, but of course Formula One, I think it's one of the biggest ones. Just being there and seeing the cars and the track, the sound of the engines and how fast they are actually in real life, that was a really, really impactful moment. I was like, oh, this is something really, really cool.
So I went to Silverstone last year, and actually seeing all the hard work in action was really, really good experience.
I think for me, it's just, the small instances where I'm interact with other team members. So just being around the team members has been, memorable, being in the garage, watching them do manufacturing, etc.
This is going to sound quite weird, but actually getting on the lathe and doing metal cutting, I know it's quite a man thing to do, but I was like, I can do stuff. So that was quite fun. And I felt like I was actually doing something good.
Just getting here first time, first day of the Formula Society meeting, it was like, whoa, now I'm part of this that I really wanted to be part of when I first started this journey. So I think, yeah, the first day was definitely a big milestone, and meeting everyone and seeing how open they are to everyone, regardless of their background or wherever they come from.
It's helped me a lot, especially when I was applying for placement year. Formula Student is one of the only biggest opportunities that you'll have as an engineering student to have a year-long project that starts from the design and manufacturing process, testing process, and actually have a final result and where you're at comp and you're racing against other teams in different events. And that's really helped with the interview process of the troubleshooting, what went wrong, that sort of things. A lot of companies value Formula Student, and they understand that it holds a lot of weight in how you can develop yourself as someone who's quite young and hasn't got a lot of experience in the industry.
When I'm getting interviewed, especially like meeting new people and going for jobs, etc., they constantly raise up about Formula Student. And most of the time, they're huge fans of Formula One, and they'll just ask me, like, what is my favorite team, like, what's my favorite member, and that's where the conversation just goes from there. It made me a better student, you know? I'm able to, like, meet more friends. As said before, understanding the engineering aspect.
Academically, because there's a lot of CAD involved in Formula Student, so I've had quite a head start on that. It's really helped with my course, so I would say I'm quite ahead right now. And the other thing as well is, in terms of manufacturing, you don't really get to do it much on your degree, so it's given me a good opportunity to get involved hands-on.
It's a really, really big help, both academically and professionally, being part of society, because you get to apply a lot of the things that you learn in a classroom. You get to understand them. For me, for example, it's I can understand a lot of concepts better when I actually put my hands into it, into making something or building it, rather than just like the theoretical part. So it's great to have that hands-on experience and applying the concepts that you learn in your course.
When, like, the first time that my vac bag actually held in manufacturing was quite important. I know it sounds quite silly, but you put in a lot of effort into prepping these kind of things, and then that's like the very last thing that happens, and then it all kind of goes wrong if it doesn't hold. Seeing that, and then like my actual work actually working was quite a good experience.
Watching that car be built, watching the car be built step by step. As said before, I was non-Silverstone. I think it's just watching the progress, you know, seeing all the members, you know, later on in the months getting so heavily involved.
There is one in error actually that I really like. She's amazing, is Dr. Joanna Weber. So she did the design concept behind the double delta wing on Concorde, and that is like just an amazing feat of engineering. The wing design meant that you didn't have to have an entire horizontal stabilizer and enabled supersonic flight. It's like London to New York in 2 hours. So she's a really big inspiration, someone that I definitely look up to.
I think for me personally, when I say to like many of my male friends that I'm in Formula Student, you could just see like the horror in their face. They were like, oh, really? And then I'll just get like tons of questions about motorsports. It's like I'm not a dictionary. Just because I'm in a society that's heavily dominated by men, don't just assume that I know everything. Also assume that I'm probably like tomboy. I'm not tomboy. No, I don't have like any tomboyish aspect in me.
It's not just those who do a STEM degree who have an interest in Formula Student and an interest in engineering. I know my freshers, for example, they're all business students, and they're far more knowledgeable in Formula One than I am.
I think specifically for engineering, it's like we all have to be quite masculine. We're all quite, you know, tomboys kind of vibe. And that's like not the case at all. I like getting my nails done. I enjoy curly stuff, but that doesn't mean that I can't turn metal and do composites. I think that's quite a common one that people assume.
I think I've been very lucky not to have any direct setbacks against me just for being a woman. I mean, there's always the questions, especially from males, like, why do you want to study that? Why do you want to get that? That is, you can feel the judgment and you can feel like they don't believe you, or they think you're seeking attention or something. So that's the only thing that I've found a little bit like uncomfortable, like being questioned so much. But I've been really lucky that no one has ever put a limit on me. Like, I feel really empowered by other women who have been there before me, that they've shown everyone that we can do this, and that just because you're a woman, it's not like you cannot do anything.
Formula Student has been quite welcoming. They're all very accommodating and treat people equally. That's been really nice. In terms of my degree, sometimes it's like you're spoken down to by some people, but again, it's like culture differences, and I totally understand. It's something that I wish would go away, but something I understand that maybe can't. There's no one really in Formula Student that would do that, so that's been a really nice change from my degree. I think it's an experience to see how different people talk and react in different situations. Definitely been a learning curve about how different cultures see different things. Like I said, I've got a nice group of people around me in FS, so that's really good.
First year of UWE Formula Student, I was very, very shy heading into that society. First day, I was so shocked by seeing like how many students there are, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to, talk to them, and I was really scared about that. And I think with Formula Student, it definitely increased my confidence skills, especially as an international student. So I have to like push myself to be more outspoken. So it really has helped me. It developed me as like a better person, and it's just, made me more outspoken and more opinionated.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it really prepares you more for the real world than your actual degree does. You've got to do all this teamwork, problem solving all the time. There's a lot of contact with the outside world as well. A lot of like sponsorship events, and you talk to loads of people, and I think that's definitely beneficial.
Well, since I've only joined like a few months ago when the year started, I think it's been really good so far. Like, I had a really good expectation about how open the society would be, and they definitely like were the best and better than I expected. So I think I had really like high expectations about diversity and everything, and they definitely met that. I think there's always room for improvement. Like, there's not that many women yet, but that's something that needs to be worked on through generations, and I think we are all putting our little grains just by being here and into getting more and more females and people in general like to come without any fear of any stereotypes or anything.
So when I joined the team 4 years ago, there was really not a lot of women from what I remember, especially not women who would stay on the team for very long. So I think my first year, there would have only been maybe 5 or 6 people who stayed on throughout the entire year. So even if we had maybe, 10 to 15 people on the team who were women, slowly throughout the year they would sort of fall off and drop off, and we'd never hear from them again, or they'd crop up from time to time. But what I've noticed now is, yes, we do have only 15 to 20 members, which may not seem like very much, but the trend that I'm seeing now at least is the women who join the society feel comfortable enough to stay longer rather than being a statistic and slowly dropping out after the second semester.
Well, the founding of Women in Formula Student this year has really proven that, and the fact that now there's like sanitary products available in the toilets is a really big step. Sometimes that can be quite a taboo topic, like people don't want to talk about it, but the fact is if you've got women on your team, you need to have the facilities to accommodate that, so it's definitely steps in the right direction for sure. That's a hard one. I think just promoting us doing tasks like metal cutting, composites, women getting actually involved in the team is a really important thing to do. So maybe like things like this is really good. So then people watching can actually see and be like, oh well, she's doing that, so I can do that.
Magically like eliminate the stereotypes and take them off everyone's minds, including women, because sometimes we are the ones who have those stereotypes in our minds, and we're like, oh, maybe this people will think that I am not strong enough or not intelligent enough. I think erasing them from the people who are putting boundaries and from ourselves, I think that would be great, just erasing them completely.
Going through, many media pages of Formula Student teams, I did not see many women. I would love to see them, building the car, being there, getting more interviews from them of like what it is like to be, involved. So I think just seeing women being involved, not like them behind the scenes, because you just see men on the page. But I would love to see more women, really, more like content-wise, to get their experiences, see what they're doing, how they're being involved.
Just go for it. Don't let like fears of being outnumbered stop you. At the end of the day, it's a very small amount of people that will be like not very welcoming towards you. Everyone else will be, like, you're here, that's really great. And there'll be a community of women to support you as well, especially in Formula Student.
Explore anything that their piques their interest, regardless whatever implication it has, and regardless how niche or how weird it sounds. Like, just explore and see what they like and what they can do in different fields, in science, math, physics, whatever. Just explore it and be fearless about the implications of what they like might convey. So yeah, just explore and pursue their dreams.
As said before, do not self-doubt. Just be yourself. I understand that, this world is very scary, and our opinions as a woman is not really heard, even though upcoming years, many women are becoming, role models, taking initiatives of like being CEOs, etc., being leaders for the young generation. Do not have that self-doubt, be confident, be assertive that you're going to be involved in this team and you know what you want.
I think the whole thing has been a very strange experience for me, in the sense that, again, I came to university not knowing much about engineering, not knowing much about cars or anything at all. Everything that I have acquired over the years of being at university holds weight to an extent where people are now asking me questions. Every time that I answer a question and I know the answer to it and I am actually able to help them, it's always a good feeling, no matter how like small the question is, but it's also a really strange feeling to know that people are actually looking to me for advice.
I feel good, yeah, especially coming from Trinidad and Tobago. Being involved in, Formula Student, I truly feel proud of myself. Being able to come here to the UK and get a better education, I feel really proud. Being involved in a society where I'm able to like make new friends, expand my engineering degree, meet especially the professors. I never thought I would ever do that, I think that's like a really proud moment of myself. I also feel good. It has increased my confidence skills. It makes me, look at my past self. I think my past self, especially when I was 12, I think she would be like, wow, truly amazed, of how far, especially I, Isabel has come, really.